Ever wonder how a teenage tennis phenomenon swept up the world? Think of this. The 2021 US Open player Emma Raducanu surprised everyone by taking the championship. What happened then, though? Where is she now?
I was thinking to myself, you know what? If you win this match, you can buy yourself a pair of AirPods.
Experience her amazing rise, the intoxicating highs, and the shocking lows that followed on this roller coaster trip of a video. Explore Emma Raducanu's amazing journey, from the halls of glory to the trials that truly tested her spirit. All set to go on this adventure? Let's move! To begin with, the 2018 ITF Junior rankings saw Raducanu peak at position 20. Then, 7 ITF Junior Championships were claimed by the British player, including Grade 2 competitions at the Xiaoliai Open, Biotennis Cup, Delhi ITF Juniors, and Chandigarh ITF Juniors. In 2018, she had her greatest result in the Junior Grand Slams by making it to the Wimbledon and US Open quarterfinals. Then came the highest high. Raducanu made history at the 2021 US Open by being the first qualifier to win a Grand Slam championship in the history of the sport, regardless of gender. In order to win the championship match against Leylah Fernandez without dropping a set during her incredible run, the British player won 3 matches in qualifying and then 7 in the main draw, including victories over American Shelby Rogers, Olympic gold medalist Belinda Bencic, the number 11 seed, and the 17th seed Maria Zakari. Since then, though, the youngster has had difficulty adjusting to the demands of a full-time life on the road. After this win, Emma Raducanu advanced to the Wimbledon, second round in 2022. However, she was defeated in straight sets by Caroline Garcia. That was not what the home star was hoping for. After using a wildcard to go to the 4th round at Wimbledon 2021, she emerged as one of the major narratives. Before this Wimbledon, the 18-year-old had never participated in a Grand Slam main event. She defeated Marketa Vondrousova, Sorana Cirstea, and Vitalia Diachenko to become the youngest British player to advance to the Wimbledon 4th round since the Open era began. She next faced Aya Tomjanovic to secure a quarterfinal position. However, she was forced to retire during the match. Emma Raducanu returned to New York to attempt to defend her US Open title, but was beaten in the first round, knocked out by France's Elise Cornet. As a result, she dropped to number 83 in the world rankings, but said she was glad she could now almost start from scratch with less pressure. Obviously, it's really disappointing, she said, but also, in a way, happy because it's a clean slate. I'm going to drop down the rankings, climb my way back up. In a way, the target will be off my back slightly. I just have another chance to claw my way back up there. Raducanu, who is known for her flat, powerful ground strokes, uses a two-fisted backhand. She is known to play aggressively and admits herself she is not the best retriever on the tour. If you ask any of my team, I think they would say she doesn't run for balls, the Brit said after the 3rd round win at Wimbledon in 2021. If ever there was a time to start running, that was today. I'm happy that it paid off, smiling. I couldn't believe some of them myself. I think playing on court 1, you're definitely inspired. You do things maybe you don't normally do. Yeah, I was having fun just chasing those balls. It's probably the first time I enjoyed chasing the balls. Maybe that's something that I can take on and continue. In contrast to this, while everything seemed to be the starting point to a brilliant career for Raducanu after conquering the US Open, things started to move in a very different way. One of the reasons why the current number 132 didn't keep succeeding was the constant coach changing. After leaving everyone speechless with her magnificent tennis in New York, the only qualifier to ever win a major parted ways with Andrew Richardson. Before that, she decided not to extend her partnership with Nigel Sears, who had led her to the 4th round of Wimbledon 2 months before her historic moment in New York. After splitting up with both coaches, Raducanu decided to hire Angelique Kerber's longtime mentor, Torben Beltz. But they would only work together for 5 months. Raducanu decided to join forces with Dmitry Tursunov for her US Open title defense. But 15 games later, she decided to change coaches to hire Sebastian Sachs, who guided Belinda Belnik to an Olympic gold medal in 2021. But their partnership only lasted 10 matches. Besides the irregularity of having so many coaching changes in her last 2 years, Raducanu has also had to deal with injuries and illness. She was diagnosed with COVID-19 in December 2021, which disrupted her preparations for the new season. She also had several blister issues in her hands and legs, and as happened to Carlos Alcaraz in the French Open semifinals, some cramping episodes too. Raducanu also had some back and rib pain episodes, as well as wrist injuries. The British player's last surgery, hands and ankle, in May, forced her to withdraw from Roland Garros and Wimbledon. Raducanu had hoped to get back in shape in time to participate at the US Open, which started on August 28th, but it simply was not to be. The last 10 months have been difficult as I dealt with a recurring hand injury on a bone of both hands. She wrote on social media that May, adding, "I'm having a minor procedure done on both hands to resolve the issues. I am disappointed to share that I will be out for the next few months, and while I'm at it, we'll have another minor procedure that is due on my ankle." Trailblazer and 39-time Grand Slam champion Billie Jean King offered the young Brit some advice. "I just know it's gotten tough for her. I just hope that she'll be all right because it's tough. If you want to be a professional athlete, it's tough." The 79-year-old continued, "And you've got to learn not to listen to criticism. You got to learn all these things. And that's why I say don't take anything personally, because once you learn that, you're okay. And if people are bullying you on social media, you've got to stop looking at it or get some way to finish up. It's really important." But I hope she continues to play. I hope she gets over injuries and comes back and really does well in tennis, and particularly in the US Open, because she's won that one now. And the way she won it is still amazing. So I hope she keeps playing. She's been out of action since then and was hoping to make a comeback in 2024 with a possible return to the Australian Open in January. American tennis legend Andy Roddick has given the 21-year-old some advice. "It's tough because we don't know if it's a recurrence of the same 2 injuries that she has, or if it's a fitness issue, or maybe the training is going so well they don't want to interrupt a really cohesive training block with a trip to Macau in December," he said. "I know one thing that has to happen if she's going to go start playing a slam in Australia. She's going to have to play something before." Emma Raducanu's Australian Open campaign came to a valiant end as she fell to a 3-set 4-6, 6-4, and 4-6 defeat to Wang Yafan. The 21-year-old was making her comeback to Grand Slam tennis at Melbourne Park after injuries ravaged her 2023 season, and the Brit looked short of fitness against China's Wang. Raducanu had called for a medical assessment after going 2-0 down in the deciding set and had her blood pressure checked. While waiting for trainers to make their way onto the court, the tennis star sat slumped in her chair with a towel over her head. Play resumed after a short treatment break, but the youngster was in quite some discomfort between points, looking as though she might be sick. The apparent illness pushed Raducanu to finish rallies earlier, and the 2021 US Open champion started digging deep to test her opponent with booming ground strokes. Despite keeping the games competitive, Raducanu was unable to recover from a difficult start to the deciding set, and Wang held on for an impressive second-round win. For Raducanu, who has struggled physically since bursting onto the women's tour, it's yet another lesson to learn. She showed glimpses of her undoubted talent again against Wang, but has yet to find a formula that allows her to sustain it. And that's it for this video. Please click the like and subscribe buttons down below if you found it useful. To make sure you don't miss any uploads, tap the bell icon. Share the video and comment down below your thoughts. And I'll see you in the next one.